we get another song from our friend Dax. A Real Man's the name of the song. This guy just keeps bringing out character content, right? Could be what it's like to be a man. He can talk about addiction. He can talk about depression. He can talk about pretty much anything. Rapping, singing, all of that stuff. Love Dax. Been a good friend of the channel, and he has been on our podcast before. So go check that interview out when you get a chance to, when we did Dear Alcohol. And it's always mental health in this. A real man. So he already talked about what it's like to be a man, the struggles we have. What's a real man? This is going to be defining a real man. Let's pay attention, guys. You know I'm tough on guys. I want you to show up, be there, be intentional. Without further ado. All right, Dax. What's it like to be a real man?
Yeah, she says she wants a real man.
Woo!
One who opens up the door, holds her hand and still smiles
Yep,
when he feels bad.
Yep.
In control of his emotions, wears his heart on his sleeve, but don't get mad. One who gives her all his time, puts his dreams to the side and gets a real bag. Yeah, she says she wants a real man.
He's just laid out. He's just looking like, we're going to be able to fulfill this promise. Sometimes I've told my wife in the past, we've been married almost 25 years, right? And I'm like, honey, I feel like my standard is higher than other people sometimes. Guys get to go off and go hunting. They get to go off and kind of do this or that, or kind of, I don't know. Like, she's like, well, you can do all those things. I mean, it might not be coming back here, but you can do all those things. And you know the reason I'm here doing what I do, loving my wife, loving my family and my children, and being as hard on myself as I can to be the best man I can as a father and a husband, is because I love them so much. I adore my wife. She is my best friend. I love the time we spend together. It's not a chore. And so when he lists this out, that's very different in two ways of doing it. When a woman says, yeah, I want a guy who opens up my door. I want a guy who holds my hand and smiles even though you feel bad. I want a guy who's in control of his emotions, wears his heart on. That's different than the woman who says, I love these parts about you and who you can be, because I don't have good days all the time. I struggle. Anxiety, depression, anger, fear, hurt, worry. I don't know, all that stuff. But a real man is open and is honest and communicates and tries and lets his wife in on who he is. So I'm wondering if he's going to say it ain't possible. Like, let's forget it. Ain't going to happen. But if all your woman is there for is to say, give me money, give me time, give me whatever I want, and don't ever give me problems, then that's the wrong woman to be with. That's why I like how he laid this out to start with.
Gets a real bag. Yeah, she says she wants a real man. But what she wants is not for real, man. Realest story ever told. Can't have a man who's making money always home. Hard like a truck, that's why he's always on the road, providing everything you need to live the life you say you want. Can't have a man who wears his heart on a sleeve that won't rip once a while at the seams, especially if you never take the time to look into his eyes and hear him when he silently screams. Yeah, she says she wants a real man. Woo! One who opens up the door, holds her hand and still smiles when he feels bad.
Yep.
Yep. Control of his emotions, wears his heart on his sleeve, but don't get mad. One who gives her all his time, puts his dreams to the side and gets a real bag.
Give me 2 more days.
Yeah, she says she wants a
What a great beat, a great vibe. He's creating an awesome song here. Just, it's almost like a mix between pop and country a little bit. The way he does this, he can mainstream so well. But look, I'm going to tell you this. As a mental health professional, as a man, as a husband, as a father, that communication is key. And if you're with someone who says, yeah, you need to just take care of all this, I don't want to be a part of it, I don't want to be involved in it, I just don't want any problems, then you're with the wrong person, like I said. Communication is talking to each other about, this is hard for me, this is a struggle that I've been in. I mean, I've had times early in my life in my career where I've had 2, 3, 4 different jobs of what I was doing in the mental health field just to try to keep it going. I've had times where I've had to work late every single night just to be able to keep the providing for the home going. And my wife does the same thing I do, and she works just as hard and just as much as I do. But we do this together. We have our relationship together. We have our family together. We have our marriage together. And so sometimes I hear comments from men like, yeah, all women want is this, or all I'm expected to do is this, or I can't really tell them how I feel. You know what? There's partial truth to that. Meaning, yeah, as a man, you have to shoulder a little bit of stuff. You have to be able to handle some of the tough things that come your way. But you know what you need to do? Is you need to be able to talk to other men, and other men don't do that a lot of times. I have a very small network of people that I can be honest and open to that are men, that we can share how tough it is, and we can know that we love our wives, love our children. We still have hard times, anger, resentment, bitterness, frustration, all that stuff that's got to come out. Second thing you need is a therapist. You need somebody who's good, who you can talk to dump, pour, and just get it all out of your system, and then regroup and say, what am I going to do about this? Because it's the same in a football game. If you're down by 21 points in the fourth quarter, are you just going to cash it in? Or are you going to find a way to get one score so you can be down 14 and then another score so you can be... That's the whole point to this thing. Otherwise, you're set up for failure. And men, you're just going to give up, or you're going to resent and you're going to take it out on your wife. You're going to go cheat. And this happens over and over again. So for men to be honest, open, vulnerable, you've got to find a place to do that. And please try to do that with your wife too, because they deserve that. And if they're ones who say, I don't want to deal with any of that, you're with the wrong person, you need some help fast.
Dreams to the side and gets a real bag.
Give me 2 more days.
Yeah,
That
she
is
says
all
she
I'm
wants a
asking.
real man. But what she wants is not for real. That Disney movie that she wanted was a dream and not reality, or something that she got.
Hey, honey,
That man
almost
up on
home.
a pedestal discards him when she found out he was human and he dropped. He's not perfect,
We're
but
really backed
he
up today because
tries
we're
to
short-staffed.
live up to her.
Man, I hope it's not a lady who's going out to cheat on her husband while he's grinding away working. Again, if that's the case, you're with the wrong person. And I know you're going to look at me and say, what do I do? Like, I didn't know that. Well, a lot of times we can go back and see who that person was way back that we just didn't pay attention to. That's why you got to talk about the hard things in your life before you ever get seriously involved with somebody. Who is the potential of that person? And I always ask couples, who are you at your worst, not your best? Who are you at your worst? And that defines a relationship all the time. But I think what Dax is saying here is, man, there's a lot of pressure on guys. And you know, a real bag is just daily bread. It's just providing. My wife just wants me. And she wants me to work hard, to try hard, to show up, to be the best I can be, to be honest, and not to lie. That's the main point to our relationship. And the more that I do that, the better we have our life turn out, the better our relationship is. When I've lied, when I have manipulated, when I have not shown up, everything's fallen apart in the past.
He's not perfect,
We're really
but
backed
he
up today because we're
tries to
short-staffed.
live up to her beautiful lies.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The
We can
man
always
he
do
wants
another
to
night.
on the inside him died. Yeah, she says she wants a real man. One who opens up the
Maybe she was just getting ready for a date. He was supposed to be home to go on a date, and then she's disappointed. As time goes by, you'll realize the man he once knew on the inside died. And that's what I don't want to happen. That's why the men I work with, I want to see who they really are, to stand up for themselves, to believe in themselves, and to put themselves in the relationship with their wife, to talk about the real problems or the real struggles so that we can find a way to still do this relationship and not end up in this spot.
Yeah, she says she wants a real man. One who opens up the door, holds her hand and still smiles when he feels bad. In control of his emotions, wears his heart on his sleeve, but don't get mad. One who gives her all his time, puts his dreams to the side and gets a real bag. Yeah, she says she wants a real man. But what she wants is not for real, man. Love is patient.
So grateful. I was sitting there thinking the worst. Maybe it's because of what I do every day. I think the worst. Like, she could go out and do a date and have her. She's not. She's in her dress. She was all dressed up, and now she's just falling asleep on the couch. And he brings home flowers after all that grinding, man. So this is a real man. This is a real man.
Love is kind, can be evil. And
God, listen to this. Such a great verse in the Bible.
yeah, she says she wants a real man. But what she wants is not for real, man. Love is patient, love is kind, can be evil and also blind. God made man, then said in life, he'll find good things when he finds his wife. So as a real man, broken and confused, struggling, not knowing what to do, he dove to the bottom of the bottle, drowned in his sorrows, and prayed one day she would rescue. By stop pointing out all his mistakes, be the place he felt safe to express the emotions the world said.
Well, and this is the part I'm talking about. She sees him going to that. It's like, man, this is not what I need. I don't need somebody to bail out and go drinking like that. Y'all, you got to understand that's a coping mechanism. That's an escape route. That is drowning the sorrows and the pressures that are there. That is not a helping thing. And so many times, especially with alcoholism or addiction, that is the same as cheating on someone. You are going to this thing for relief and for escape, when in reality, you need to stay and face and own up to what's happening. I get so much hate from men in comments that act like some kind of fantasy land that I'm living in. But what I'm saying is, if you pick somebody to be with who all they're going to do is trash you unless you bring home the bag, you're in the wrong relationship. And I can't tell you how to fix that because it goes way back to the beginning of it. And I wasn't there at the beginning of it, but I promise you, if I'm there at the beginning of a relationship and I can look at you and look at her, I can tell you whether it's a relationship that's worth it or not. It's not hard to figure that out. But many times people come into me 5, 10, 15 years down the road and it's like, look at where it's gotten. Well, you know what? She's pissed because he's got the bottle now and he's bailing out instead of showing up. Doesn't mean he can't have a drink. It just means she's frustrated with him.
All his mistakes be the place he felt safe to express the emotions the world said he can't. He's the rock that she needs, but she hammers away at the love that he has like she wants it to break. Despite all of the pain, twisted and changed, trying to become the whole picture she paints. Till she woke up one day, said she's walking away.
What did she say? Despite all the pain, twisted and changed, trying to become the whole picture she paints. He's trying so hard. And you know what? It happens a lot of times with women where they will, what did he say? He does by stop pointing out all his mistakes, be the place he felt safe. That's who the guy is supposed to be. To express the emotion of the world, he can't. He's the rock that she needs, but she hammers away at the love that he has like she wants it to break. That's what happens a lot of times. You know, a woman will hammer away and just beat down, cut a guy out at the knees with these comments that are below the belt that don't help at all. You hammer away at the love that you need. Almost like you want it to break. What did she say here?
To break despite all of the pain, twisted and changed, trying to become the whole picture she paints. Till she woke up one day, said she's walking away, looked him dead in the face and then screamed. Yeah, she says she wants a real man.
Man, something about leaving.
Opens up the door, her holds her hand and still smiles when he feels bad. In control of his emotions, wears his heart on his sleeve.
Gosh, look at that. When is this? Is this earlier or is this later? They look younger there.
In control of his emotions, wears his heart on his sleeve, but don't get mad. One who gives her all his time.
I wonder if they lost a baby, got pregnant and then lost a baby. It's just one thing after another. Had so much joy earlier and now.
But don't get mad. One who gives her all his time, puts his dreams to the side and gets a real bag. Yeah, she says she wants a real man, but what she wants is not for real, man.
I will say this, that Dax, A Real Man, what a song. And just right in the alley of what I do every single day. And it's really hard to break a song like this down with the concept of, you know, she wants a real man, but what she wants is not for real, man. It's so true. There's so much truth to that because real life's messy, real life's dirty, real life's not clean, real life's not a fairy tale. It's not. You're not going to get perfection. It's not going to all be easy. And money doesn't solve the problems. I promise you, they just bring more problems. But communication, connection, contact. The more people I see, the more couples I see that get help with me sooner, not when everything hits the fan, but sooner, the better they do at resolving issues down the road. You've got to know how you're going to handle the hard times, not just close your eyes and hope the hard times don't happen. Great song, Dax. Thanks so much. Remember, it's not real therapy, but it's a lot of therapy from Dax here, man. I'm telling you. Oh, that's the title of a song, Therapy from Dax. If you want help, check the links in the description. Leave us your comments. Let us know what you think. And mental health matters. Don't forget it. We'll see you on the next Reaction Therapy.